Today, I'm gonna give you 3 reasons why you are not achieving your fat loss goals. Number 1, measuring your food. Consistency is key is something that you must have heard from every fitness enthusiast ever. But does it apply to training only or does it apply to nutrition as well? If you ask me honestly, it applies to everything that you do on your day-to-day life. Nothing comes without consistency. And food measurement is one such thing that brings a whole lot of change in your fat loss goals. There has to be some sort of standard that needs to be set for the food that you eat on a day-to-day basis. Now, this is something that I get to hear from a lot of my clients and a lot of people out there, that it's really very difficult to measure food. Well, guess what? It's not. All you need to do is go to any of the e-commerce sites and get yourself a food weighing scale, which probably costs you around 200 to 300 bucks. Yes, it's that easy. All you need to do is put 5 to 10 minutes aside to measure your food. And trust me, this will go a long way in sorting out all your fat loss worries. Because trust me when I say that it's actually very, very difficult to eyeball your food, especially when you're a beginner. So give it a little time, give it a little effort, and I'm sure that you're going to achieve your fat loss goals much more easily and much more efficiently if you start measuring your food today. Because once you start doing that, you rule out all guessworks. You are bang on your macros, you do not overeat food, and you also know where there are chances of a cheat meal. Yes, that's correct. Reason number 2, and this is probably the most important reason. You are probably being too strict with your diet. Now, John Meadows is someone whom I really admire, and he has been a role model for me for many years now. I really look up to his content and all the things he has to say. He had to say about bodybuilding and fitness in general. Now, he has this rule of 90-10. He always mentioned that whenever you are on a fat loss diet, and if you are not a pro athlete, the best thing you could do is probably dividing your food into 90-10 ratios. Now, what does 90-10 mean? It means that 90% of the time you are supposed to be eating as per your diet protocols, which means you are not cheating 90% of the time. But there could be a provision of 10% where you are allowed to eat foods that you like but probably don't need. Now, how does this 10% work as a game changer? Number 1, you are happy. It is always easier to follow a diet when you are happy. And number 2, this 10% becomes the motivating factor for you to follow the rest of the 90% of your diet. So make sure you throw in some cheat meals over there and don't be too harsh on yourself. Take it easy, take it one day at a time, and I'm sure you are going to achieve your fat loss goal soon enough. Reason number 3, dropping too much calories at once. This is for the impatient ones out there. If you think that dropping too many calories at once is going to help you achieve your fat loss goals quicker and more efficiently, trust me, it does not work that way. Yes, at the start you might feel that you are dropping weight drastically because your body enters a state of shock, and because of the instant depletion of calories, your body starts losing weight. But what happens thereafter is, as your body starts adapting to the caloric deficit that you have created, you tend to enter a plateau, and the process of losing weight becomes slower. Ultimately, you reach a point where your weight becomes stagnant and there is no progress from thereafter. Now, this could be very demotivating for a lot of people out there, especially when you're putting in the work day in and day out, but you realize that your weight just does not change and you have only yourself to blame for it. So make sure you are not dropping your calories drastically. If you ask me, the best way to go about it is find your BMR, which is the basal metabolic rate, and thereafter start dropping 10% from your maintenance calories, and then analyze the results, and thereafter create more deficits if at all there is a requirement to do so. This will help you achieve more realistic goals in a much more shorter period of time, and also not deplete you to that extent where you feel lethargic and don't have the energy to show up in the gym. And most importantly, it will not make you hangry.